Hello, I'm Petronella, and I'm the author of The Human Being Diet. And this is the 2024 edition. The original book was published in 2018. And it was written very quickly because a journalist from the Daily Mail came to see me, and she said she wanted to do the programme. And the first part of the programme is 3 months long. So I knew I had 3 months to get a book out so that when people were reading her article and thinking, well, it's great that she feels so much better, and I wish I had thousands of pounds to give a private nutritionist, that they'd scroll down to the end of the article and see that there's a book available for about 15 quid, for like the price of 3 cappuccinos or something, and that they could join in and do the program at home. So it was a bit of a tough ride for the original HBDers, the Human Being Diet followers, because the information was quite dispersed. It wasn't laid out very clearly. So this book, the second edition, took me over a year to write, and I'm very, very pleased with it. And it makes for a much easier read and a much easier ride. So congratulations, you original and wonderful HBDers, for somehow managing to navigate the program in the very haphazard way it was written. So this book has got an amazing index, and it's got a glossary, so any questions that you've got about dairy or lectins or lemon juice or muscle cramps or anything else, just have a look in the glossary. It's a bit like an FAQ. It's also, and I'm really proud about this, got some incredible medical reviews on the back. Dr. Mike Seddon, who's a consultant cardiologist, one of the very best in his field in the UK, has written on the back, or written for me, Petronella's Human Being Diet is founded on robust and very accessible science, combined with a lifetime of clinical experience. I've personally embraced the HBD philosophy together with my wife, and I have since enjoyed watching many of my colleagues in our cardiology department adopt it too. The effect it's had on myself and those around me has led me to recommend the HBD to an increasing number of my cardiology patients with, so far, universally positive results. And I'm not making any claims for HBD, the Human Being Diet here, but what I am making claims for is the curative power of fresh, natural, minimally processed food that our body recognizes as medicine. There is so much power and so much magic in that. And that's really what this program is all about. It's a bit like a version of the Mediterranean diet, but with more structure. There's less emphasis on grains and more emphasis on lots and lots of vegetables and good proteins and a little bit of fruit. So what is HBD? It's a 3-month program which encompasses 4 phases. So phase 1, 2 days of just eating vegetables, which is quite hardcore, but really, really worth it. So no milk, no dairy, no oil, no grains, no protein, no pulses, just vegetables. And then phase 2, which is 14 days of also being very, very strict, eating 3 meals a day, only eating the foods that are listed in the phase 2 food list in this book, a mixture of pretty much equal weights of protein and carbohydrates, so for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And then 3 meals a day, must have breakfast, even if you really, really don't like it, like I do when I'm doing reset, I make myself have breakfast. And then 5 hours between each meal, during which nothing is consumed except water. And it can be flat or fizzy or hot or cold, but that's it. And pretty soon, after the initial detox, when you've gone cold turkey on things like dairy and sugar and alcohol and crisps and cakes and biscuits and everything else, you start to feel really, really good. Definitely within the first 2 weeks. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for people to snap out of the worst part of the detox, the cold turkey part. And it can last for about a week. You feel a bit rough and kind of lacking in energy. But by the end of that 2 weeks, nearly everybody is feeling so much better and so much lighter and so much more cheerful that it makes the rest of it easy to stick to. So that's phase 1 and 2. And then we've got phase 3. And phase 3 is when we reintroduce extra virgin olive oil, which is the star of the Mediterranean diet. And we have a tablespoon, so 15 to 20 ml with each meal, which is nice in itself. But the best thing about phase 3 is you get to have a treat meal every week. Loads of extra calories, preferably in the form of extra fats like béarnaise, mayonnaise, hollandaise, lots of extra butter, and that snaps the body out of semi-starvation mode, because the first 2 weeks are low in calories. And then phase 3, we have more calories because we've got the extra virgin olive oil with each meal. And we also take our body by surprise with a treat meal once a week. That snaps us out of semi-starvation mode, so it zips up metabolic rate, and it gives the body a little bit of a shock because it's potentially a little bit of poison. And if you want to know more about that, read about hormesis in the book, and also because pleasure is good for us. It's very important for us as human beings to have a kind of tribal party at least once a week where we get together with our tribe, with our friends, with our family, and celebrate and eat delicious food and laugh together and share stories. So this is essential reading. Read it once and then read it again. Put it by your bed and read a little bit before you go to bed every night, before you go to sleep, and then start reading it again the next morning. Because if you really, really understand the principles, it means that you're going to find it very easy to stick to the program, because it's all very clearly explained, and you'll know that if you go off course, you'll understand what you're doing to your metabolism, what you're doing to your body, and that you'll know that you want to reduce the inflammation, get the blood sugar under control, get your insulin back under control, and just feel better in yourself. So this is essential reading. This book came out in 2023, and it's an optional extra, which of course will make your HBD journey much more enjoyable and much more delicious and much easier. But this is an optional extra, whereas this one is an absolute must read, must have. So don't be fooled by some of the reviews on Amazon that say, oh, don't bother with the first book, you just need this book, because this hasn't got the program in it. It has got the food list,